Taylor, and I'm the ministry team leader for Life Kids. Thank you for joining us for this training. We really appreciate all of our volunteers. We're going to start by going over how the area will be when the kids first come down. We want the bounce house already blown up. There's a max of 4 children at a time in the bounce house, and socks are required. So if they have sandals on, they can't go in with their sandals. They can't go in barefoot. We need to make sure they have socks on. No toys in the bounce house, and it won't be blown up after service either. No flips, tackling, or wrestling. Just make sure we keep a close eye on the kids while they're in the bounce house. And during playtime in the beginning, there used to be a beach ball down here, and kids would play gaga ball, and we want to stay away from games like that. There's plenty of activities to do down here, so let's just keep the kids engaged in those activities until the video starts. We also want to make sure that we're not huddling up as leaders. We want to make sure that we're paying attention to the kids and playing with the kids while we're down here. Another important thing is to not be on your phone. We don't want to be texting or on Facebook or anything like that while the kids are down here. We want to give them our full attention. So once the kids are done playing, there will be a 5-minute countdown. And at the end of the countdown, we gather all of the kids over to the carpeted areas. And that's when we're first going to start with the small groups. The MC will help you break the kids up into however many groups we have leaders for. And in the small group welcome, you're going to introduce yourself, find out if there's anyone new. You're going to talk about the question that's up on the screen. They can share what happened during the past week. They can tell you about any prayer requests. It's just kind of like a welcome and a get to know the kids. And then after that time, there is an intro song. So we're going to have the kids stand up and clap and participate. And we want to make sure as leaders that we always have a smile on our face and that we're participating and clapping to encourage the kids to get into it as well. And then they will sit down. We'll go over the rules. All of the kids should be sitting up during the video. No laying down, no laying on each other, nothing like that. We can encourage the kids to stay quiet during the video. If there's an issue with someone, you can address them first and give them a verbal warning. You might have to pull them aside, or you might have to split a couple people up if they keep talking to each other. You might have to just tell one to sit over here and one to sit over there. And then last resort, we'll call their parents if it continues to be an issue. And for calling their parents, we will have a security person up at the top of the stairs. So you can let your MC know. The MCs are usually very involved, so the MC will most likely already know about the issue as well. But then we can take the sticker upstairs and they can get their parents that way. Also behind the little gated off area, there is my phone number, and you can text me or call me if I'm not down here if you need me for anything. And then the video will run, and then we have our small group activity. So you'll see on your small group leader guide that it'll tell you everything you need for your kids and for your group, and what the kids will keep and what we keep. And then it'll tell you exactly how to do the activity and questions for after the activity. If you happen to finish before the video starts up again, you can keep going through the activity and use the time that way. After the activity will be worship. So a quick video clip will play, and then we're going to have all the kids stand up. Even if they don't dance and participate with the motions and the worship songs, we still want everyone standing. And usually by the end of the 3 songs, the kids will start to participate. So again, we just want our volunteers to be smiling and doing the motions, and it's okay if you can't dance, because I can't dance either. But I dance and sing and do worship. So then after worship, The kids will sit back down. There's a little bit more to the video, and then we're going to break off into our small groups again. And that's where the rest of the small group leader guide comes in handy. There's tons of questions that you can go over with them. After you go through the questions, you can pray together and, just keep conversation going in your small group until the end. We want to make sure they're all ready to go. Everyone should have their shoes on, their paper that they get sent home with. There's an activity that they can do and bring back to earn points. And then the security will call people upstairs, and the MC and security will work together on that. Thing we're going to talk about is after service is over and all of the kids have gone upstairs to their parents, we want to make sure the area is neat and tidy and all of the toys are put away and all of the squares in the floor are put back together for safety reasons. We are going to fill out these cards for first-time guests. So if you had a new kid in your small group, the small group leader, this is an example. This is the mailbox that they'll go in when you're all finished. And you don't have to follow the example exactly. You want to make sure you add something personal, like if you played basketball with them, you're great at playing basketball, or just something encouraging, something positive. And then you're going to sign your name and put that you were a small group leader or an MC, whatever your role was for that day. And then you'll put them in the mailbox, and they will go out to the kids during the week to let them know that we enjoyed having them and encourage them to come back. And then once all of that is done, you can go home or go to worship.